All right. Salam, salam, salam. Just confirm that you're able to hear my voice. You're able to see me clearly. Just confirm before we start. And just an apologies for the slight delay, but we are on and we want to start. All right. So Tesfa, can you hear me? So I can see we have Tesfa has joined. Rekik has also joined. Timayos Bedele has also joined. Abdullahi Hassan, Dawit Katema, Hannah Mulugeta. We also have Dawit Abebe joining. So can you confirm that you can hear me? Kindly confirm. Can you confirm? All right. So yes, can you hear me? All right, awesome. So my name is Evans Rabare. I will be taking you through the training of today. And with me on the chat box is my colleague called Dickens Ayeko. So Dickens will be helping with the moderation. So kindly feel free to just channel your thoughts, ask as much questions as you can, and also keep engaging and also ask a question. And also so that you can learn in so many areas around creating a digital marketing plan. So as you know, the training is sponsored by Google, and Afcaronet is offering the training on behalf of Google. And the aim is to bridge the digital gap, as well as try to make you a digital marketer, where you should be able to come up with you should be able to gain skills and come up with your own agency. So in today's session, we have three broad agendas that we are going to look at. First, we're going to look at an introduction to digital marketing. So what do we mean by digital marketing, and how is digital marketing different from the traditional marketing? And also, we're going to look at how you can devise your very own digital marketing plan. So if you want to do a digital marketing plan, what are the steps that are involved? So we're also going to look at that in the training. And finally, we're going to look at the top tips that you can use for harnessing the digital or the power of digital. So we're going to look at introduction, what it is. We're going to look at the plan. And then finally, how do you leverage or harness the power of digital marketing so that you can increase revenue? So let me ask you this. How do you currently engage with your customers? So I can see we have so many people joining. Idris, how do you currently engage with your customers? Favan Kasai, how do you currently engage with your customers? Meron, I'd really love to hear from you. How do you currently engage with your customers? Sharon? So kindly let me know, or let me. So if you have somebody who is doing business, how are they engaging with their customers? Is it through word of mouth, like they could refer people, or is it through Telegram, or is it through social media pages? Is it through Google Ads? So I'd really love to hear from you. How do you currently engage with your customers? So channel your thoughts on the chat box, and Dickens will be able to answer you. And later on, you're also going to be joined by Naole Desa. So just feel free to also comment with Amharic, and we will be able to respond to you. So what is digital marketing? In your own words, what is digital marketing? Or when you hear about digital marketing, what comes through your mind? when you hear about digital marketing, what comes through your mind? So, digital marketing is the promotion or marketing of products and brand using electronic devices or internet. So basically, it is any form of advertising through the web. So if you are, it involves around the use of text messaging, instant messaging, video apps, podcast, electronic billboards, and digital television. So, for instance, if you are listening to Fana radio, for instance, and you are streaming Fana radio on web, so that is digital marketing. If you are streaming EBS television on the web, or you're watching it through YouTube, and there is an ad that has been placed when you're watching it, that is a digital form of marketing. So what digital marketing does, it allows organization to analyze campaigns, content, and strategy to understand what is working and what is not working. So any form of advertising, so when you go online, when you're browsing, and immediately an ad pops up onto your face, that is digital marketing. When you're listening to your favorite music, when you're listening to Ask Denda Show, or when you're listening to Betty G, and immediately there is a short video that pops, and the video wants you to listen to it. That is digital marketing. And right now, digital marketing has been made in a way that you can have non-skippable ads. So when you're watching your favorite video and then it pops up, you'll have to watch it until it finishes. It doesn't give you the option to skip. So that is how digital marketing is becoming popular. So let us look at some statistics that we have here. We live in a mobile world. So mobile world in the sense that we have so many people owning SIM card. So in Ethiopia alone, we have even students in grade 10, grade 8 having mobile phones. So it is approximated that we have 747 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa. So sub-Saharan Africa, which means Ethiopia is included. And out of this, we have 91% of South Africans owns mobile phone, and Kenya and Nigeria are at 85%. So Ethiopia could be more, because in Ethiopia we have around 110 million people, and out of these 110 million people, we could be having 90 million owning mobile phone. And it is estimated that 65% of active mobile phone users in Nigeria have shopped online. In Ethiopia, this is relatively low. So in Ethiopia, people have mobile phone, but instead what they do is they use it majorly for communication, not to do online shopping. So it's not really popular as such, but my conviction tells me that in the coming years, we're going to have more and more people using their mobile phone to shop. So you could shop through Hello Market, you could shop through any other e-commerce website that we have around. So just to let you know that feel free to be asking questions so that I can stop and address them. Also now we'll also be helping, we'll just be reaching out to you guys, also be responding to some of the questions that you might have. So what are some of the opportunities that might arise from connecting with customers online? So as a business owner, you can be connecting with customers online. So as a result of that, we have opportunities that might arise. So what are some of the opportunities that you've seen or you've witnessed that is arising as a result of connecting with customers online? So if you're connecting with your customers through Telegram, what are some of the opportunities that you've been able to see or you've been able to achieve? Or have you been able to, so if a friend is owning a business, what are some of the opportunities? Because I'm pretty sure that Telegram is very huge in Ethiopia. We have a lot of Telegram groups, and in those groups, people do post products, people do communicate. So how has that helped with connecting with customers? So here, as you think about those opportunities, we have a few opportunities that are arising as a result of being online. So through being online, you're able to increase customers and you're able to increase the reach. So if your shop was in Bole, but through internet, now you're able to reach even customers in Mekele. Is that true? If your shop in Akaki Kaliti, and now you're able to reach customers in Gonda, Benchangul, or in Bada, or in Wolkite. So through internet, you're able to increase. So there is that increase in the reach, and you're able to access your customers 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Also, you're able to reach niche audiences. So it allows customers to find your products easily. Being online as a business person, you're able to learn more about your customers. You can conduct consumer market research and keep up with customer demands and trends. So for instance, through Facebook, for instance, I'll be able to know that my audience, the guys who usually interact with me, they are salaried people, or they're people who have their own business, or there are people within this age group. It could be between 25 to 30, and I'll be able to know where these people are coming from. So for instance, I'll be able to know that these people are coming from Summit, or they're coming from Kazanchis, or they're coming from, Arat Kilo, for instance. So I'm able to know where these people are coming from. And also through internet or being online, I'm able to communicate and support my consumers. So being online improves, my customer service and with greater flexibility, and I'm able to communicate with customers and get their feedback on their business. So if you have, if you're listed on Google My Business, for instance, so Google My Business gives customers or your clients opportunity to leave a review or ask a question, and you're able to report back. So that is how, and they're able to even call you directly, and they're also able to message you directly. So that is how now you support, and you're able to communicate with them, and they're able to give you the feedback immediately. And what this feedback does to you, it's going to help you make informed decision, and it's also going to help you in improving your service deliveries. For instance, if somebody complains about the quality of your service, you're going to take that feedback seriously, and you're going to reorganize, re-strategize, and give a better service for your consumer. So as you think of more ways, now let us look at key channels to consider for digital marketing. We have around 6 channels to consider. So they've been grouped into 6 broad channels. So you could, for some of you've heard people talking about SEO. SEO in full is search engine optimization. You're going to look at it in details later. Also, we have search engine marketing, which is popularly known as SEM. We also have social media marketing, SEM. Also, display marketing is also another channel for digital marketing. Email marketing. So most of us usually use email, but they don't really realize that email is also a powerful tool that you can use to reach out to your audience. You also have content marketing. So content marketing, we have comedians, companies creating short content with the aim to educate the public, or with the aim to pass the information, or with the aim to entertain. So that is also a form of digital marketing. So we are going to look at this in details, each one of them in details. So don't worry, we are going to learn all this in details and bit by bit. So what do you mean when you talk about SEO? So SEO, have you ever wondered that you have a website but for some reason your website is not appearing on the first page. So have you been in a situation whereby your business or a company has a website, but for some reason when you're searching for it in the search engine, it's not appearing? Then it means it's not optimized, it lacks SEO. So when you're talking about SEO, we are talking about optimizing your website so it shows up more often in the search engine results. And in the SEO, we have two ways that you can do SEO. So during the development phase, when you'll be developing, when you're developing your website, there are some activities that you can do to improve SEO. First, you can ensure that in your website we don't have broken links. The images within it, the images that you'll be using are not very heavy, and you ensure that the interface is user friendly. So if I were to look at your website in the phone, I can see everything. If I were to look at it on the tab, I could equally see everything. The next step also, you need to ensure that it's responding to all the devices. And the one that is the most important is you have to ensure that the content that you're using is relevant and it is a content that is informing. And also you have to ensure that within your website you have a sitemap at the footer. So the sitemap, you'll include all the sites that are linked to your pages within the sitemap. And what this helps with is the fact that when the crawlers is moving through the pages, they're able to allocate your site the pages to your site very easily, and therefore it improves the SEO. So that one is called the on-site SEO. And then we also have the off-site SEO. So this one, you do it outside the site. So you ensure that we have other websites talking about your website. So these are links, links that are referring to your website. So if somebody is reading a blog and there is a link and he clicks onto that link and the link is directing you to the website. So that is it's called the links connections to your website. Also, you have to ensure that the speed your website loads very fast. So that is just basically how you can improve your SEO. Let's look at SEM. So when I talk about SEM, so this is paying for advertising to appear on the search engine. So here you have to invest, you have to use money. So the best part with SEM is the fact that after paying, you'll appear on the first page immediately. You don't have to use a lot of effort in optimizing, improving the speed, the responsiveness. No, SEM, you paid and you appear at the top. When you're talking about SMM, you're talking about using social networks to gain traffic, attention, and reach new people. So social media marketing is, for instance, using Facebook to market or using Telegram to market. So we're talking about the family of social media, using those family to market for your product. So if you post a product on Facebook and people are able to inquire about that product and they're able to remit money to you, that is you're doing marketing on your social media page. So we're going to look at those families of social media pages and look at the strategies that each one of them require. Display advertising. So display advertising appears in different formats and it also appears across different websites. So it is an online advertising in many different formats. So when you talk about display advertising, we are talking about an artwork. So there's an artwork, and if you look at that artwork, it has nice graphics, and it's asking you to click onto it so that, or it's asking you for you to take an action into that ad. That is called display advertising. Email marketing. Email marketing, you collect email and you use those email addresses to communicate with users. So if you are a business owner, you can collect 500 businesses, and with this, you can collect 500 emails, After collecting these emails, you'll be sending out email to this email, just informing them about a new product that you've introduced. For instance, if you're in the grocery business and you've introduced some fresh gourmet, or you can or you've you've brought some shinkut or tomato something, and you want to inform your clients. What you do is you send out an email informing them that, okay, I have some set of government that are brought from Shashamane, and I want you guys to come and look at them. I want you guys to buy from them. So that is how you can send out an email, and but then also ensure that when you're sending those email, you also attach images so that people could believe you. Okay, so these are the pictures of the tomato, or these are the pictures of the vegetables, so that they can trust you and engage you in buying those products. Content marketing, as I've mentioned, so it's just creating and sharing different types of content. And when I talk about content, they could be videos, they could be infographics, they could be, images. And the aim is to attract attention and drive traffic. So I'm hoping that we are moving on well, and nobody is left behind. So let me see if we have question. Do we have question? Do we have question? All right, so I'm hoping that awesome. I'm seeing a lot of responses coming in through, which is pretty, which is okay. All right, so I can see Nawal has joined. So Nawal is thanking Aluku for the questions. Okay. So Kiro is asking you guys. Digital marketing requires much internet connection, but in Ethiopia, the connection is very, very expensive. So, Kiros, so right now, what Ethio Telecom is trying to do is trying to sell some ownership to other companies. So I heard about Vodacom bidding, Safaricom bidding, and also MTN. So what this will help with is that we'll have improved service, in the sense that in the next month, once the bid is done and we have a new player in the industry, we'll be having a strong internet connection. So we'll be having Ethio Telecom providing internet, but also we'll be having maybe Safaricom or Vodacom also providing internet, and therefore we'll have competition, and that is going to be sorted very soon. So I think that is going to be sorted very soon, because I saw some from the news they're talking about other players coming in, and therefore the cost of the internet is going to reduce. Oh, Henok has joined. Kiro is also saying this makes difficult for business people to use digital marketing. It is very true. So what I've noticed with Ethiopia is the fact that you cannot use your Visa card to pay for the dollars. For you to do digital marketing, you'll have to pay those amount in dollars, but your Visa card do not allow that currently. So I'm hoping that is going to be corrected soon, so that at least when you're putting in your card for digital marketing, you're able to boost your post. You're able to do digital marketing and that. So I can also say Mujib joining from Admas College. Thank you so much for joining. So also Dickens is also talking about publish content. You need to update your content regularly. You need to have a link. Also create content, which is very, very true. Which is very, very true. All right, so let's move to our second agenda. And in our second agenda, we want to look at how to build a digital marketing plan. So we want to go step by step. How do you build your digital marketing plan? So here are the steps. So we have 6 broad steps. First, you need a business goals and objective. So you need business goals and objectives. So you're going to look at what are these business goals and what are these objectives, budget and resources. We're going to look at the audience. So the audience here are your customers. We're also going to look at how do you decide which channels to use. So for instance, if you've decided to use so if you've decided to use Telegram, what made you choose Telegram? And therefore, also you're going to look at how do you plan your activity, and then finally, we're going to look at how do you measure the output of your advert. How do you measure the output of your advert? How do you measure the output of your advert? The output of your advert. So, and using SMART, you're going to look at what does S mean, what does M means, what does A means, what does R means, what does T mean. So this is an acronym, and you're going to look at what does specific means, what does measurable means, what does timely means, and relevant, all that mean. So when I talk about business goals and objectives, let's look at some of the examples of business goals that we could be having. And the example we have here is Mondley. So Mondley is a hairdresser, and his business goals are to get more customers through my door. So these customers could be new and past, and also make more people in my area know about my business. So that is the objective of Monday. Get more customers through my door. So the guys who would walk into his store. After that, I want to make sure that more people in my local area knows, for instance. So right now, we are here in Kebena. So right now, where I am right now is called Kebena. So if I had a business and I wanted people around the Sanford area, Kazanchis, Aratkilo, and Kebena to know about my business, that is ensuring that people living within my local area knows the business that I'm doing. So successful businesses are based on both goals and objectives. We need to clarify the purpose identified the through my door within a period of 3 months. That is an objective. It is specific in nature, but when you just say, "I'll get more people coming through my door," so that is a goal, but it is a broad one. So moving forward, let us look at some of the examples of online objective. Increase traffic to my website. So if you're lucky and you have a website, normally what you do is you try to drive traffic to your website. So you want to direct people to the website because it is in the website that is where they're going to learn more about your business. They will go to about page, they will go to the services page. They'll be learning more about the kind of business that you are doing. Another objective is to increase online sales. Also, your objective could be you increase social media page likes, follows from customers, and finally, you can increase online reach and awareness. But remember, you can have a lot more objectives. So these are just sample objectives that you'd be having. So as a business owner, your objective could be different depending on the kind of business that you're doing. So what is important is just ensuring that your business goals aligns with the online objective. So your online objective should align with your business goals. So for instance, if you're we've talked about online objective things, things to do with online reach and awareness, website sales, traffic to the website. The business goals on the other side, such as make more people aware you exist, sell more products, get found by people, get more customers, get more customers returning. So ultimately, you need to ensure that your online objectives and your business goals are talking about the same thing. They're aligning. So they're aligned so that we don't have a case whereby you're talking about a different online objective and the business goal is different. All right. So let us look at budget and resources. Budget and resources. So budget and resources. Right now, major companies or big companies, they usually set aside a huge budget for digital marketing. So remember before digital marketing became so popular, most organizations could set aside a lot of money for offline sales. So, in terms of they will employ an offline person, they will also employ somebody to work from business to business. They will also employ somebody. They will also put money aside for billboards, for posters, for roll-up. But right now, a lot of budgeting is going to digital marketing. So when you talk about resources, and we have an example of Mondi here is saying, I don't have a website yet, as it is too much of an investment right now. So Mondi would really love to have an online presence. I would really love to do digital marketing, but he doesn't have a lot of money right now. So how would you advise Mondi? Because right now, in his budget, he doesn't have a lot of money to employ somebody to do the website. How would you advise Mondi? I'd really love to hear from you. So coming back to Monly again, so Monly is targeting females in its local area, and he has also identified that the most valuable customers are females, and these females are above 30 years old. And they normally have children and they work part-time. Most of them use Facebook. So in that statement alone, it clearly shows you that Monly has studied his target audience. He knows that they are female, and these female, they're living in the local area. And so most of them are above 30-year-old, and they have children. So, and most of them use Facebook. So he has identified the platform that they usually use. He has identified that they don't have a full-time job. He has identified the years, and he has also identified where they're coming from. That is what is called audience research, knowing who your audience are. Once you've known that, it makes your digital marketing effort very, very easy. So let us look at the marketing channels. So marketing channels, we're going. So for us to choose marketing channels, you're going to see later on that our online objectives are the ones that are going to guide us in choosing which marketing channels to use. So for instance, here, if your online objective is to increase reach and awareness, the most appropriate or the one that gives you the results is display marketing, social media, and content marketing. Those ones. So if you are, your goal is to increase reach and awareness, these three will be very, very important in helping you meet your target. But if your objective is to increase website sales, search engine marketing, SEO, and email marketing would be the best channels for you to help you in meeting your objective. But if your objective is to increase traffic to your website, also search engine marketing, SEO, and email marketing would be the best. And finally, if your online objective is to increase customer loyalty, you want customer returning customers. So the one that would be very, very efficient and effective is social media, email marketing, and content marketing. So let us look at how do you plan all these activities. So remember, we started with learning your audience, business goals and objective, and even channels. How do you ensure that you plan these activities so that you will get the maximum results? And here we have the examples of Monday again. So if you look at here, Mon is talking, she's talking about my online objective are to reach more people in my local area and get more returning customers. I don't have a website as it is too much of an investment right now. How could I use digital tools to help me? Or how could I use digital to help me? So here we want to sort out the issue that Mond is having. So remember, it doesn't have a lot of money to do Google Ads or to do a website. What Modi could do, he could have his business listed on Google My Business, and from there he can have a free website, or he can set up a Facebook page where he can collect reviews and post pictures for customer hairstyles, or he can use Facebook advertising to target people in the local area with an offer to attract new customers. Look at that. So there is no excuse of you saying, okay, I don't have much resources to do this. We have cheaper ways. Some of them are free that you can use for you to get started in digital. So Google My Business is another one. You can also set up a Facebook page. Those ones can equally help you in meeting your digital marketing goals. So I remember Kiros was talking about digital marketing is very expensive because of the dollars. What you can do, you can start as low as having your business listed on Google My Business, or you can start as low as setting up a Facebook page. From there now, you'll be now scaling up bit by bit, but at least you have started from just having your business, having an online presence. So now let us look at the acronym that we have here, SMART. So when you talk about SMART, even in school, you always thought about you need to work smartly. You need to work smartly, not here. Our case, SMART in our case here means when you talk about specific, when you talk about S, it stands for specific. M is measurable. A is attainable. R, we're talking about realistic. T, we are talking about time bound. So SMART objectives help us to set goals that are more likely to succeed in and achieve. So instead of plucking ideas out of thin air, SMART acronym gives us the most structure. So when you talk about specific, what exactly do you want to achieve? Who, what, where, and how? Give your goal as much detail and thought as possible. When you're talking about M, which is measurable, how will you know your goal has been achieved? What metric shows success? Achievable. Do you have the skills, time, and resources to turn this goal into a reality? So you need to come up with, so achievable, you have to ensure that there is the skill set, resources, there is the time, and there is also the skills to help you turn that objective into a reality. That is where now we have achievable. When you talk about realistic, is the goals likely to be achieved, or is it merely a dream? So you need to set up a realistic goal, the one that you can achieve with the resources that you have, with the skill set that you have. And when you talk about timely or time bound, when do you want to complete the goal? What is the time frame or the end date that you have in mind? So basically, you're talking about you need to set a time frame. So if you want to say, okay, let me achieve this objective in a span of 3 months. It's time bound in the sense that you'll be working towards those 3 months. But if you just say, let me just achieve this without setting goal, then therefore there will be no time that is guiding you to meet to meet that objective. So here let's look at what we mean by a broad objective and a smart objective. So here we have two objectives. One is increase online sales. That is a broad objective. It doesn't have specifics in it. Another one is to increase brand awareness. That is also a broad objective. It doesn't have the specifics in it. But when you're talking about smart objective, here is an example: to increase online sales by 20% within 3 months. That is that's a smart objective. The amount has been included and even the duration to achieve that amount. Another one is to increase our brand awareness on Facebook by growing our audience with new people by 40%. It is smart in the sense that it has indicated the platform that we're going to use, and it has also indicated by what percentage are we going to increase it with. So we need to, apart from just having an objective, let's narrow down and have a smart objective. So a smart objective will enable us, or you as a business person, to achieve your objective. Now, let us look at, so you remember Monday, for instance. So this is now the entire digital plan that you can put together for him. So remember, he was talking about reach more people. So his business goal was reach more people in my local area, get more customers through my door. So that one was his business goal. Remember the audience. He was talking about females between 35 to 45. Where are they living? Local area. Are they new customers or past customers? They're past customers. In the channels, he was talking about local SEO and Facebook. So that is now the activity. Looking at the activity, he plans to build a website and boost visibility on Google. He also planned to use Facebook advertising to target people in the local area. He also, so one of his objectives also is increase online reach, also increase returning customers. So remember, getting a new customer is very, very hard. So once you've gotten a customer, ensure that they become regular customers, returning customers. So as one of the objective could be, you want to increase returning customers. And then the smart objective was increase Facebook page likes from new people by 50% within the next month. Also, increase booking from the past customers by 20 in the next quarter. Right. Do we have any question for me so that I can handle? Do you have a question for me so that we can handle? And I'm pretty confident that Naol and Dickens are doing a good job in moderating and also just addressing the questions that you might have. So let me just take a few minutes and go through. All right. So I can see Kiros also asking about from. There is a sound problem. Just confirm that we don't have a sound problem. Do we have a sound problem? Kindly confirm. So Kiros is asking, how can micro and small enterprises can use digital marketing? So how can micro and small enterprises can use digital marketing? So if you're a small business, how you can use digital marketing is as low as just having your business listed on Google My Business. So within the Google My Business, there is a part where you can be posting your products regularly. Also, you can set up a Facebook page. So Facebook page also, there is the Facebook page for business. Here also, you could be engaging your customers through through Facebook page. And what internet has done, which is pretty awesome, is it has leveled the ground for everybody. So this internet gives you a platform where you guys can compete equally. So I can say, so there is also Berano joining. I can see Berano from Addis Ababa Institute of Technology. Joining. I can also Dickens is also. So our third agenda, which is the final agenda of today, which is harnessing the power of digital advertising. Harnessing the power of digital advertising. So how do we harness the power of digital advertising? So let us look at how you can get started with search engine optimization. So if you type or if you search for anything on the search engine, you will see something similar to what you're having on the screen currently. So there is a part where you type leather shoes in Addis Ababa, and then when you click enter, you find there is some ad that shows on the search results, and then there is the green part that appear below the search results. So we have those three interfaces. The one in yellow is called the one that appears in yellow. The search where you type what you tell you want to search. In blue, those are called ads. And the reason why given priority because for it. So that one is called text or shopping ad. So text ad. The one that is below the one in blue sorry for that. We've just gotten a. So just confirm that you're able to hear me and see the screen. I've just Dickens, are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me, Dickens? Kindly confirm before I proceed, because I can see people saying that they're not able to hear me. There's a problem with the sound. Is there sound? Kindly confirm before I proceed. All right, all right. So apologies for that. So we were looking at the process of search engine marketing. And we talked about you need to understand your customers. You can use tools such as Keyword Planner to find keywords. And also you can create an ad copy, and then you're going to put all this together. So now, let us look at the differences between search engine marketing and search engine optimization. So when you're talking about SEM, you pay for search listing in SEM. You also bid on keywords, or if you decided to use SEM, which is search engine marketing, you bid on keywords. You can also get onto the first page straight away when you've paid for the services. But for SEO, which is free, which is organic, such listings are free. You also optimize on your keywords. So you have to ensure that you use the keywords that people can use or people might use to find your business. Also, with SEO, it can take time to rank on the first page. It can take time to rank on your first page. So let us look at how you can get started with search engine optimization. How you can get started with search engine optimization. What you do is you need to sign up for Search Console. Dickens is also going to share with you the link to the Search Console link. The link to the Search Console link. All right, so you have to have that. Let me see if the link is Dickens has already shared the link with you. You have to ensure that you sign up for. You sign up for Search Console. Then thereafter, you submit content to Google. Google Search Console usually does, it sends alert to you when there is an issue with some part of your website. Yes, so I can see Dickens has already shared it with you. So what you do is once you sign up for it, you submit the content to Google, and then what it does, it just monitors. It monitors, and if there is an issue with your homepage, activity page, or any other page, it will send an alert through an email to you. It will send an alert to you to your email. Right. So what you need to do also, you need to help. You need to help Google find you. For you to help Google find you, as I said earlier, and also you need to share new content. What is important? You need to create good titles and the snippet, and also you need to use header tags to emphasize on the important text. So Google really values useful and fresh content that will help users find what they're looking for. So I hope it is pretty clear on how you can get started with search engine. The most important thing is you have to sign up for Search Console. Once you've done that now, you have to change content. and all the sitemaps, all the links to that, you use header tags that emphasize that will emphasize on the important text. So let us learn some of the tips. Some of the tips for uh, some of the search engine optimization tips that are very, very, very useful. So there is no shortcut for search engine optimization, so which helps to improve your website visibility to people who are searching for your product or services like yours. You need to conduct keyword research. You need to discover and understand what words or phrases people are looking for when they're searching for products and services related to your business. You also need to show search results for the specific page. So the type is used to get the first shown. The main place is usually a few things. So no, if you're calling for, you need to ensure that the description is also included so that it will help the crawlers to look for the pages very fast. You also need to publish useful, high quality content. You need to understand your customers and optimize the content to suit their need. All right, so let's look at display ads. What do you mean by display ads? Have you ever encountered display ad when you're browsing and a nicely done artwork just pops up, and if you look at it, it's talking about it's either marketing a phone or it's either marketing an hotel. Have you ever encountered any display marketing when you're browsing? So when you're talking about display marketing, we are typically talking about visual contents that are displayed on a variety of publisher sites. So normally they're like posters or flyers, but they're digital. So like the one that you have here, it's talking about zoneclassified.com. It's talking about buy and sell, post your free, your free ads. It's talking about 1 GB. It's talking about Canon 15. So it's talking about so many things. It's talking about MTN, Airtel. So that is an example of a display marketing. It's trying to market some phone, and it's talking about the features of that phone. So display ads come in all shapes and sizes. They're predominantly image banners, and they're available in different formats. It could be text ads, it could be image ads, it could be video ads, it could be ads across mobile websites. Visual ads can be more effective in getting to click onto because they're usually eye-catching and they stand out. So that is why more people prefer display, in the sense that you'll be able to, you'll be liking what you're seeing. So like the image that you're having there, what, so when you're browsing and it comes away, maybe it crosses, you'll be curious and start asking yourself, what is this that these guys are trying to show me? And then you get into it and say, okay, oh, they're trying to sell something, and what is the price? And if you have an interest, you'll go ahead and buy. That is how display, marketing is very, very effective. So how is display advertising different from search advertising? How is display advertising different from search advertising? So here are the differences. So when you're talking about search advertising, it is focused around matching the ads to users' search query on the search engines like Google. So if you go to Google and you search leather shoes in Bole, what display advertising does, it will try to match the search terms with the results. On the other hand, what display advertising does, it focuses around serving ads across different websites. And this website could be news, blogs, and even it's usually most relevant when the primary objective is to generate sales. When the primary objective is to generate sales. But when you're talking about display advertising, most relevant when the primary objective is to drive brand awareness and traffic. Again, let's look at the process of display advertising. So if you compare this process and the process that we've just looked at, they're similar, I think, because the first one, you need to understand your customers. Also, you need to find placement ideas. So you need to brainstorm on good keywords to bid on. And these keywords, they might be relevant to our target audience. And also, you need to create an ad creative. So an ad creative is where you design an ad. So in that ad, you have to ensure that all the information that you want to pass is included. So you'll include some images, some text, and call to action button in that ad. And once that is done, you put them all together. So let us look at social advertising. So what is social advertising? And from what you're seeing, there is the family of social media. So we can see there is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, there is YouTube, WeChat, and LinkedIn. So when you talk about social advertising, we are talking about paid advertising on social network, like the family that you have here. And social advertising is also known as paid social media advertising or social media advertising. Also, the process is pretty much the same. The process of social media advertising is pretty much the same with the ones for display advertising and also search advertising. So, why should we use social advertising? Why should we use it? Allows you to target and retarget ideal customers. With sophisticated targeting capabilities, social media platforms like Facebook help you target your ideal buyers. So this is the best way to get most out of your marketing spend. You can increase people on your social media. You can increase your brand recognition. You can drive traffic to your website. Also reach specific target audiences on different social media sites. You can also target and retarget ideal customers. You can also generate leads. So that is the power of social media advertising or social advertising. What are the negatives of organic? We have organic, appearance. So the number of these actions correlate are actually free. Compare from your business profile and on the people's newsfeed. That is on organic social media. Also, social media, you can reach towards friends of friends. But for people that they will appear on the blogs, they can appear on YouTube. But for organic, it will only appear on your profiles and your newsfeed. For paid social media, you can reach anyone, including those who are not your friends, those who are not even following you. So that is the power. So when you invest, you get more. But for organic, it will only appear, it only reach your friends and friends of your followers. And the process is pretty much the same. You need to choose an objective. Also, you need to choose the audience. You need to do a nice creative, and you need to set a budget. So here is where, if if you're set to spend $5 per day, you can set the limit. You can cap the limit to $5 per day, or if you want to spend $2 per day, you can cap the limit. So you have to ensure that you choose your objective. So remember, we talked about objectives such as increasing brand awareness could be your objective. You also need to choose your audience. So remember, we talked about you remember we talked about audience between this age group and this age group. Where are they coming from, and which platform are they active on? You need also to know that about your audience, and then you come up with a creative, and then you set a budget. All right. Do we have any question? Do we have any question? If we do, do you have any question? Let me check through and see if we have any question. So I can see that we have Gebeta saying, could you address the issue of time as a resource allocation on digital marketing? Would it require additional personnel? Will that depend on the size of the business? So that's a really good question, Gebeta. So time marketing. When you talk about so in digital marketing, there is something called scheduling. So when you want to do an ad, you can schedule an ad to run in the morning or to run twice in a day. So you'll be setting the time, and for you to know, you must have done some research and know that you must have done some research and know that you sorry for that. You must have done some research and know that your customers or your friends are usually online in the afternoon or in the evening. So you'll ensure that your ads run during that time when they're online. And also, for digital marketing, you need to involve somebody who has done it, because the aspect of how to identify the habits of your audience, how to identify where your audience are also coming. So, for instance, if I were to run an ad, I will clearly specify that I want my ad to be seen by people in China and Europe, an interest in this product. For instance, if it is coffee, I want people who have an interest in black tea or black coffee to be the one who will be able to see this ad. So that might require a personnel, because it might be tricky for you if you've not done digital marketing before. So to her, you're going to, so there's a link that where you're going to learn so much more than what has been displayed on the PowerPoint. So Kiros, Sinafi and Kiros, okay. I can also see Prisha saying, awesome session. I missed you, Evan. Thank you so much, Prisha. Thank you so much. Kiro saying there's a sound problem. Is there a sound problem? Dickens, kindly confirm. Is there a sound problem? All right. So, what is your next step after this session? What is your next step? So, I would really encourage you guys to go into our social media pages, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, like them, and say something about the session. Use the hashtag Grow with Google and say about, okay, today we did a training about creating a digital marketing plan, and I learned this, and that. I learned this process, the process, and also, also, I'm sure that Dickens has shared these links with you guys. Kindly like these pages, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So what this one will help you with, it will be notifying you when we'll be having our next, our next session. And not forgetting, we have a link for certificate that Dickens should be able to share with you guys. Dickens, have you been able to share that link with them? The certificate link? Ah, awesome. So I can see there is a link for the certificate that have been shared. Please kindly spare time so that you can fill the details that are required so that we will be able to send you the certificate to you guys, because we value you. You are the reason why you're conducting this training. So having said that, it has been an awesome one now with you guys. We've been able to learn, a number of issues, right from an introduction to digital marketing, all the way to um, all the way to looking at the different digital marketing channels. We've looked at such advertising, display advertising. We've looked at SEO. We've looked at SEM. So remember, this all that we've learned might be a lot, but you need to take time, look at them bit by bit. The technique is pretty much similar, but once you've gone through them, I assure you that you'll be able to learn and understand all this. So let me take this opportunity to say a big thank you to Kiros, to say a big thank you to Prisha, a big thank you to Gebeta, Yosef, Yasin. A big thank you also to Julie. A big thank you also to Haptamu. A big thank you to everybody, including Luku, who created time to join this session. Let's meet in our next session, which will be communicated to you which will be communicated to you through the Telegram group. So thank you so much, and see you in the next session. Ciao. See you.